Welcome, it's Jenna here. I'm going to guide you through this Yin Yoga practice, and we will open up a lot into the areas that I say usually are hidden in darkness. So think of the front of the body and the sides of the body, the neck, the armpits, and also in our daily lives, a lot of the times we sit quite hunched in, so this creates a lot of darkness in the front of the body. So a lot of side body and front body opening. Grab any props that you may have around the house. They may become handy. And if you'd like, you can play some relaxing music, whatever is your preference. When you have all of your props, when you feel ready, come into a seat. Have a seat on your heels, and if this is not available for you, put a block underneath your bum in between your feet. Helps to elevate the hips a little bit, and you can sit up more comfortably. Try to sit up tall, close the eyes. And just take a couple of deep breaths. Start to turn your attention inwards. Arriving into your body, arriving into this moment right here. Can you soften your forehead? Relax the space between your eyebrows. Soften your jaw. Let the shoulders glide back and down, opening the heart space. Keep slowing down the breath until you find a nice, slow rhythm that suits your body. The breath is smooth, it's not forceful. Each inhale helps you create space in the body. You feel the expansion. Each exhale helps you soften. Inhale for space. Exhale to soften. 3 more breaths. Next inhale, you can blink the eyes open, bring the hands to heart and start to rub them together. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed, but you can have slight activation through the core so that you can feel yourself creating even more warmth and heat from the center of the body. Knowing where your center is, can you rub a little bit faster? A little bit faster, no need to be shy with it. You can be quite vigorous with it, creating a lot of heat in between the palms. 1 more breath in, exhale fully, and then just start to shake out the hands, shake out the arms. And don't worry about too much how it looks like. Maybe even close the eyes, just shaking off the day, whatever is lingering in the body. Maybe you'd like to flutter the lips as well. A couple of times. Just loosening up the body. Breathe in. And breathe out. Slowly come into stillness, or let the hands rest wherever it feels comfortable for you, and just feel the vibrating, the tingling. Notice all that energy active in your hands. And anywhere else in your body where you feel it. Maybe your heart is pounding a little bit faster. Maybe you're breaking a little bit of a sweat. That's totally normal. Now take your hands and place them on your neck. You can give yourself a little massage intuitively, whatever feels good for you. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed. Go slow. Deep breaths in. Complete breaths out. Deep breaths in. Complete breaths out. You can even just rest the hands on the neck and allow the warmth to sink into the neck, into the shoulder area, and Notice how this already softens the whole space there. Come into a pause, release the hands. I'm just gonna turn my back on you because I want you to see what's happening behind with the hands. Interlace the hands behind your back. Try to press the palms just gently together. Roll the shoulders back. Take a breath in. Can you expand a little bit more through the heart space? As you exhale, bring that fist of hands over on top of your left hip. So the hands are sort of resting on top of the left hip bone. Relax your shoulders down, relax your elbows into the center line so they don't fan out too much. Again, no need to force or push anything. Breathe in, see if you can lengthen a little bit more. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Notice if the left shoulder creeps up a lot. I'm just gonna adjust my mic a little bit. Try to relax the left shoulder down. Take a big breath into the right side of the neck. Feel it light up. Exhale, can you relax your jaw? 2 more breaths here. Slowly release. First inhale, bring the head back up and center. Arms behind you. You can release the hands and give them a little shake. And then again, interlace and try to interlace the different ways. So see what your default setting is and see if you can bring the other thumb on top. It will feel really, really weird. But you feel the difference in your shoulders probably because we have this default side. Roll the shoulders back, expand through the heart, breathe in. Exhale, bring that fist of hands over on top of your right hip. Relax the shoulders down, drop the elbows into the center line. Breathe in, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Make sure the right shoulder doesn't lift up, relax it down. Take a big breath into the left side of your neck. Exhale, feel it soften. 2 more breaths. Let your jaw just hang. Inhale, come back up to center. From here, we'll come into complete hero seat. I'm gonna show you a milder version if especially you have issues with the knees. So option number 1 that you can do is that you are just seated on your heels. And maybe this is enough. If you want more, you can start to lean back. Just make sure that your knees stay close together. They don't have to be exactly together, but they stay close together and grounded so the knees don't start to lift here. Maybe this is where you stay. If you want to explore the full hero seat, you can come forward into tabletop. Bring your knees together and separate your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Make sure the toes point back. And then slowly see if it is available for you to sit in between the feet. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. If you feel like you might need a block underneath the bum, that's a great option. Feel free to explore with that. If you are in hero seat with your sitting bones on the floor, you can either stay here. Again, keep in mind that you want to keep the knees on the floor and close together, at least hip width apart, not wider. Maybe they're a little bit narrower. If you want more, you can start walking yourself back. Maybe you just lean back slightly. Take a moment to tuck the tailbone under to lengthen through the lower back. So there should not be any uncomfortable arch or a pinch in the lower back at any point. If you want more, you can come onto the forearms. If you want more, you can lay yourself all the way onto your back. options for the head. You can just keep looking forward or drop the head completely. Rather no in-betweens, because that causes a lot of strain for the neck. We're gonna stay here for 3 minutes. I'm gonna set a timer for us because I don't have the best sense of time. Time flies when you're having fun. So need to keep track of that. Wherever you are, take a deep breath into the belly. Let it get bigger. Exhale, maybe sigh it out. Deep breath in. Complete breath out. Close the eyes, soften your jaw. Sensation in the knees is okay. Pain is not. So if you have sudden sharp pain in the knees, please come out. You can do the version that I showed before. Maybe that's a little bit easier on the knees, or you can lay down on one side and catch the top foot behind you. It's kind of like that quad stretch, that runner's quad stretch that everyone does before they start running, if you know what I mean. Notice where the resistance naturally shows up in your body. Notice if this causes any sense of anxiety or fear. It does not feel intuitive to be folded completely open like this. So maybe it feels very vulnerable. That's totally fine. Breathe. Soften. Three more breaths wherever you are. If you were leaning back, slowly start to come onto the forearms, onto the hands. Very, very slowly easing off of the feet. You're gonna have to use a little bit of arm strength to come into tabletop. Whatever movements or shapes feel intuitively good for you right now, feel free to take them. Maybe it feels nice to extend the legs long behind you. Whew, I really feel this one. Feeling the blood and the energy rush back into the legs. Breathe. Feel. Make sure the movements that you take or the shapes that you take are not distracting you from the sensations that are coming up in the body. Rather, they're helping you reset. They're helping you build that awareness to the body. Find your way into a seat, and probably a good idea to turn lengthwise on your mat so that you can come into a straddle. You might want to have a block underneath your bum to elevate the hips a little bit, especially if your inner legs are tight. Most of us have a blanket at home, so it's very handy. If you have some blocks, have them handy. They might come in useful as well. First, bend your right leg in. Sole of the right foot come to the left inner leg, and really make sure that you're nice and grounded on both of the sitting bones. If your right knee doesn't touch the floor, put something underneath it to support it so that the hip can relax. If you have more props, you might want to have them ready on the inside of the left leg. Place your hand on the inside, left hand on the inside of the left leg. Inhale the right hand up and over, bend at the elbow, and let the right arm just rest behind the head. Look down to your left knee so you feel the back of the neck lengthen. And if you want more sensation, you can start walking the left arm down. Maybe you come onto the forearm. Maybe the left forearm is on a block. We want the neck to be completely relaxed, so notice if you're trying to hold the head up. Another nice option is to have the left elbow on a block and just rest the left side of your head on the block. Or left side of your head on the left hand, rather. Can you turn your right armpit up towards the ceiling, really shining that light into the areas that are normally hidden? Breathe into that space that feels stuck, that feels stiff. Soften your jaw, separate the back teeth a little bit. For most of us, the right arm will probably start to tingle a little bit. Maybe you feel tingling in the fingertips. That's okay, but if it starts going numb, come out a little bit so you can have the hand at the back of the head, or you can just drop the right hand onto the right thigh, but stay in the side bend. Take 3 more big breaths. See if you could expand the right lung. Inhale. Exhale, soften the right side body. Breathe in, expand the right lung. Exhale, soften. 1 more breath. To come out, first drop the right hand onto the right leg. Place the left hand on the left side of the head and use the left hand to push your head up. So you need to use as little effort in the neck as possible, like so. And then you can drop the left hand down. Take a breath in the center. Exhale, fully soften the shoulders down. Notice the right side of your body. Notice the left side of the body. Probably feel a big difference. You can blink the eyes open if they were closed. Simply switch the legs. Might be a little bit different this side. Make sure the sole of the left foot is on the inside of the right leg. If the left knee doesn't touch the floor, put something underneath it to support it. This way the hip can relax a little bit easier. If you have more props, you might want to have them ready on the right hand side. Place the right hand on the inside of the right leg. Inhale the left arm up and over, bend the elbow and start folding over to the right. Let the left arm just hang behind the head. Look to your right knee. Drop your chin towards the chest, or maybe it's a little bit more towards the right shoulder. But in any case, you feel the back of the neck open. You can walk yourself down a little bit more if that feels good. The idea always is to have some sensation that feels interesting, that you can work through, so that you can experience shedding these layers of tension bit by bit. But we don't want to go to a place that doesn't feel good right away, where you just struggle throughout the whole duration of the pose. If you want an option, maybe to place that right elbow onto a block, right side of your head onto the right hand. See if you could gently guide the left armpit up towards the ceiling. Soften your jaw, let it just hang. If the left arm starts going really numb, you can drop it down or just come out just a tiny bit. Stay in the side bento. See if you could guide the breath into the left lung. Big breath in. Exhale, soften. Breathe in. Exhale, soften. One more breath. First, to come out, drop the left hand onto the left leg. Place the right side of your head onto your right hand. Use the right hand to push the head up, so you use as little effort in the neck as possible. Come to center, drop the right hand down, breathe in, breathe out. Close the eyes. Notice the left side of your body. Notice the right side of your body. And become aware of how much more space you have for the breath when you can breathe more into the side body as well. Next inhale, you can blink the eyes open. We'll come lay down on the back. We'll come into supported bridge, so you'll need some sort of a prop. A book at least is fine. If you have yoga blocks, that's awesome. So come lay down, knees are bent, feet are planted on the floor. Maybe you want a little tiny bit of support underneath the head, so just a folded blanket underneath the head helps to keep the neck nice and long. Tuck the chin in a little bit. So make sure you have your prop handy. Lift your hips a little bit and slide the prop underneath the hips. You want the tailbone supported, the lower back supported, and no uncomfortable arch in the lower back. Options for the legs: heel toe the feet as wide as the mat, knees come together. This is broken bridge. Maybe the opposite, soles of the feet together, knees fall apart. This is sleeping butterfly, nice opening through the hips. If you'd like, you can just extend the legs towards the top corners of the mat. And feel free to place your prop as high as it feels good to you. You want to feel stable, you want to feel comfortable. You want to feel like you can truly surrender your whole body weight onto your prop. If you want, you can also extend the arms next to the ears, bend at the elbows, the arms rest heavily on the floor. When you've settled in, start to embrace stillness. Start to embrace the breath. Soften the forehead. Soften the space between your eyebrows. Relax your eyelids. Soften your jaw. Let's take 3 more breaths here. If you'd like, feel free to sigh it out. The arms were next to the head, bring them alongside the body. Bring the feet onto the floor. Feet and knees are hip width apart, knees point up. Lift your hips a little bit and slow it down. Lower the upper back, the mid back, articulating each vertebrae, the lower back, tailbone. Any movement that feels good to you, maybe broken bridge, maybe you'd like to gently hug the knees into the chest, creating the opposite movement. Wherever you are, release the legs onto the floor one at a time, like you're coming to Shavasana, but we're not going to stay yet. One more shape that has 2 sides. We're going to create like a banana shape. So make sure your feet are towards the top corners, or maybe it's the back corners of your mat. So your feet are separated. Cross the left ankle over the right one. So both of your feet are over on the right side. When we move further into the side bend, make sure your hips stay anchored in the center. Hips stay heavy in the center. You can start to inch the upper body over towards the right side as well, as far as it feels good to you. Try to ground the left hip down. So you might want to lift, ground it down. If you want more, you can bring the arms next to the ears. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Maybe extend the arms a little bit more and grab your left wrist with your right hand. I always find that it feels better for my neck to look down past my right armpit. But experiment for yourself. We want the neck to be completely free, completely relaxed. And always, if you feel like you want more sensation, walk the feet further to the right, walk the upper body further to the right. Take a big breath into the left side of the body, feel it lengthen. Exhale, feel yourself sinking. Inhale, feel the left side lengthen. Exhale, feel yourself sinking. Keep breathing. Some of us feel a lot here. Some of us feel a little bit less. Both are fine. And especially in this yin practice, try to tune into also the subtleties. So not just into the big stretch that you might want to search for. That's totally fine. You can feel it. You can breathe into that and experience the release. But also tune into the details. And always know that if you want to deepen the experience, you can just deepen the breath. No need to seek and chase for any world-shattering or mind-shattering sensations or stretches. Sometimes you just have to learn to appreciate the subtleties. Take 3 more breaths here. Come out gradually, just like you came in. First, release the arms. Feel free to sigh it out. It's totally fine to feel a lot during the release. Inch the upper body to the center. And then uncross the legs. Make sure you're aligned in the center. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Cross the right foot over the left one. And then start to inch the upper body over to the left as far as it feels good to you. Try to keep that right hip as grounded as possible. It might want to pop off of the floor. Keep it heavy. You can bring the arms next to the ears. You can grab opposite elbows. You can reach the arms overhead and grab your right wrist with your left hand and choose what you want to do with the head, what feels best for your neck. Maybe you just like to gaze down, sort of bringing the left ear towards the floor. Big breath into the right side of the body. Exhale, can you become a little bit heavier? Breathe in, lengthen the right side of the body. Exhale, just sinking. Last 3 breaths here. Coming out step by step, just like you came in. First, release the arms, inch the upper body back to the center. Take it slow, and then you can unhook the right leg. And this time we'll stay in Shavasana. Make yourself comfortable. Maybe you'd like to cover yourself with a blanket, maybe blocks underneath the knees, maybe something over the eyes. Claim your space, come into stillness. Eyes closed. You can return back to your own natural breath. Maybe you notice the breath, the energy flow in the body a little bit more freely, more effortlessly. Take a moment to thank yourself that you decided to do this for yourself, that you decided to show up. I'm going to invite you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you need to. No rush to go out and get on with your day. Really take your time maintaining this yin mode that you have cultivated throughout the practice. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.